Testing, testing, 1, 2. Shalom Chavrim, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live, and we do have very serious news coming out. Disruptive Signal actually posted this on Twitter. It is from a French news source. I'll share that with you in just a moment. Breaking news, Chinese warships in the Mediterranean are ordered to join the Russian Navy in the event of a massive attack on Syria. I want to talk about definitely a concern by Russia and China that there is coming a war. It is now. That is the time. Let me share with you, though, some other interesting things here about this. This is the article. It's from right here. This is from the Restaurant. Can't quite see it. Restaurantinternational.net is a French newspaper in the French language there, saying that the Chinese government has actually ordered their ships to go and join Russian ships in the Mediterranean. Those are the ships that China already has in the region there. They've been ordered to join this group there. President Trump, England, and of course France have all sent their ships in the area there. The United States has a P-8 as we speak right now flying over the coast of Syria, just out from Hama. The Hama region there. It is very troubling. You have to remember, as the biblical prophecy I brought out to you guys the other day from Jeremiah chapter 49, there is trouble on the sea and it cannot be quietened. This is about to completely explode, and I'm afraid it's going to go in a way that is not going to be good at all. We are also looking here. Air defense of Russian Black Sea Fleet has declared combat alert. Combat alert. They are now ready for a war. We also are dealing with the situation too. This was actually first on NBC News. Russian military has been jamming U.S. military drones in Syria. Russia looks like they are definitely there to protect Bashar al-Assad from an attack. Now, as we're doing this broadcast, we pre-recorded another broadcast here that is loading now. You can see it's 95%, 6 minutes away from being uploaded. Trump positions warships against Syria. I think the most provocative part about this is something that is actually mentioned, and we're going to come back to the biblical aspects of this, but I want to show this to you real quick while we're here. It's on the other one as well. By the way, here's the P-8s collecting signal electronic intelligence off the coast of Syria this morning. Flight was 1 point with 40 kilometers of Tartus, a port for the Russian Navy. So it looks like that the U.S. realizes, as the military advisors have stated before, that they would have to take out Russian defenses in order to take down Bashar al-Assad in Damascus. They would have to take and deal with the Russian Air Force and Navy. This would have to be a massive attack. And for China to join in, I mean, we're looking at prophecy. I'm going to come back to Tucker Carlson here in just a moment, but I put it up on the screen here for you guys so you can see it once again. And I was really thinking, I really felt like in my heart this was dealing with North Korea, because with North Korea crisis, China first sent in their forces, and then Russia came in to back up North Korea. It could be a combination of both, because now we see, but tidings out of the east and out of the north shall affrighten him, and he shall go forth with great fury to destroy and utterly to take away many. Who's that he? The king of the north. The king of the north, even from a biblical aspect, is Rome. And Rome runs the United Nations. It's a United Nations agenda, a UN agenda that is allowing this attack on Syria for a alleged chemical attack that was done by Bashar al-Assad, according to their allegations. Now, many of you, and this is why we did sorry, I want to stay here on Twitter. Many of you guys already were, we were looking at this issue of the fact that, like, we're one of the few people that are actually saying anything about what's going on. And so many people believe the mainstream media in the United States, and they say that they're all for the war. Well, Tucker Carlson actually did a broadcast, and in his broadcast, amazingly, he exposes the fact that we're going to war for what? For what reason? Let me play a little bit of what he says here.
Do that in the future democracy. You've looked into what Google and Facebook could do in an election. Tell us what you found.
Well, Tucker, I've been studying this very carefully now for more than 5 years with multiple randomized controlled experiments around the world for national elections. And I can tell you that we should be paranoid.
Let me move it up just a little bit here.
Press the enter key, saying go out and
vote. My apology. This is not the one. 1 second. He's got a broadcast on here where he deals with, I'll tell you what I'll do. I know I have it in my tweets here, but it was because someone else actually tweeted it out. So just bear with me. It is on the broadcast. It's uploading now on YouTube right now. But let me pull this up here. This was tweeted by another friend, the Columbia Bugle. And let me just fast forward a little bit into this here where Tucker talks about the chemical attacks there.
Something that Barack Obama wouldn't even do if with these set of facts.
Trump has to take action in Syria. Everyone nods sagely. That ought to make you nervous. Universal bipartisan agreement on anything is usually the first sign that something deeply unwise is about to happen, if only because there is nobody left to ask skeptical questions. And we should be skeptical of this, starting with the poison gas attack itself. All the geniuses tell us that Assad killed those children. But do they really know that? Of course they don't really know that. They're making it up. They have no real idea what happened. Actually, both sides in the Syrian civil war possess chemical weapons. How would it benefit Assad using chlorine gas last weekend? Well, it wouldn't. Assad's forces had...
Okay, so the point being here, guys, as you guys can already see on here, Tucker is definitely not in agreement that the Assad government has used chemical weapons. He even goes on to say that he said, I realize that Assad could be the one to do it, but the evidence is just not there. And not only do we have Tucker Carlson of Fox News bringing this out, you even have Alex Jones, who is a very avid supporter of President Trump, who has also declared that this was not a chemical attack by Bashar al-Assad. So why are we going to war to begin with? Well, if you want to really know why, all you have to do is look at Daniel's prophecy. It goes into everything. It goes into the fake wedding that is between Rome and Israel and them trying to marry the vision, which, by the way, let me see if I can find that real quick for you guys here. It's in Daniel 11 as well. I think it's around verse 13. Let's see, I think it's 13 or 14 here. And the king of the north shall again set forth a multitude greater than the former. And he shall come at the end of times, even of years, with a great army and with much substance. And in those times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Okay, the king of the south is an Israeli leader. And the nations have stood up against the king of the south, all right, which is the king of the Hanagib, which has to be an Israeli leader. All right, so he says here, also the children of the violent among thy people shall lift themselves up to establish the vision, but they shall stumble. Now, it's actually they shall marry the vision. You could say nasu can be married or lift up the vision either way. And it's also, it can be translated as the lawless of thy children, or the violent is a good translation. Why? In other words, Israeli leaders that are bent on war in the Middle East are prophesied in Daniel 11:14. All right, why? The king of the north comes down. All right, he's dealing with Israel, knowing that these nations are gathered against Israel. It says, in the times there shall many stand up against the king of the south. Also, the children of the violent among thy people shall lift themselves up to try to marry the vision. In other words, they're trying to bring about prophetically the biblical events that we see. Ezekiel 38, war. Some claim Psalm 83 is a war. Psalm 83 is not really a war. It's actually, it is the pretext to the war. And this is what they're doing, all right? And we're not just dealing with that. We're dealing with other issues as well. We come all the way down. We get down here to the latter part of the chapter. We get into verse 40, okay? And verse 40, where it says here in Daniel 11, here, get it down quick enough. Hope not making you guys dizzy. Oh, I keep losing it. That's what's happening. That's why it keeps going back up, all right? Pull it down. All right, we got a little hammering in the other room there. Apologize about that. And at the time of the end shall the king of the south push at him. And literally, it's not push at him. It's imo. He pushes with imo melech with the king of the south. So the king of the south is working with the king of the north to do what? All right, and shall come not against him like a whirlwind, but over him. Over him. Aliyav melech hatzifon. So the king of the north will come over him with his chariots, with his horses, and his horsemen to do what? To take and come against what? Baratzot, the lands, Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Iran. And Iraq's already been taken out of the picture. So you have Syria, Iran, and Lebanon left that they want to take out of the picture. So we're here at the prophecies that we're seeing right now. And then, of course, you have but tidings out of the east and out of the north, verse 44, shall affrighten him, and he shall go forth with great fury to destroy and utterly take away many. And what do we have with all of this happening right now when we see this prophecy? We see the Chinese Navy ordering their fleet to go and help Russia in the event of a NATO attack against Syria. Guys, this is very serious, very, very serious. I can't tell you how serious it is. It's just beyond belief right now to me. Very troubling indeed. Pray. I ask you just to pray. Pray for the people there that are going to be affected by this war. There's going to be so many lives lost. If President Trump moves ahead with this, there is going to be a massive amount of loss of lives, and that's on every side. Doesn't matter which side it is. It's going to be a massive amount of loss of lives. And I'm very concerned this could escalate. As somebody sent the other day, the near-death experience of Nathan, the little boy there in Israel, that said it would begin. And he said that God was Obama, but he said it would begin in Syria. It would end up being a nuclear exchange between Russia and the United States. You know, it'll make way for a new world order. I can promise you that. But I'm very troubled at what the cost is coming to all of this. Truly, you won't be able to buy or sell except you take that mark of the beast. They'll bring about their false millennial reign. They'll bring about a third temple. And who will be the world powers then if Russia and the United States suffer a great deal? Will it be China and Turkey? Turkey will certainly become a major power once this is all done. It'll take the Messiah without a doubt coming in to stop all this. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun. You're watching Israeli News Live. Thank you for joining us live here. By the way, when we pre-record messages like the one that's loading here on YouTube right now, those are running on live stream. Don't forget the live stream /Israeli News Live. Join us there. We're trying to give you multiple platforms because we never know what's going to happen. We have signed up on Patreon. It's Israeli News Live. We will be doing some private videos. I don't even know exactly how I'm going to do it yet, friends. And the point is I'm trying to find ways to protect when we go into very sensitive issues, to get those issues out to Patreon for you guys there, where I can really tell you things that's on my heart. God bless you. Thank you for watching, and shalom.